Papa Pepper. How to make liquid fertilizer from stinging nettle.
Alright guys, Papa Pepper back again. Another one about the stinging nettle. This one's just going to be how to make a simple, natural, organic plant fertilizer, because stinging nettle is not only amazing as a food for us or for animals, but it also is for plants. So there's a very simple method to take raw stinging nettle, turn it into a useful organic plant fertilizer that's amazing. I mean, when you make this, you've got to dilute it down, because that's how powerful and how strong it is. So it's a very simple process. I'm going to film this over the course of a couple weeks to take you from the beginning, which is just the raw plant, to the final step, which is the application to your plants. And we'll check it out. Now, one thing you're going to want to avoid is seeds. We're going to pretty much use leaves for this. You can use leaves and stems, but I've got another project with the stems where I'm going to make some cordage and kind of just do some survival fishing, where if I find some of this in the wild, don't have any fishing line, don't have any string, I can take this, turn it into rope, cordage pretty much, a nice thin, strong, tough line, and use it for fishing. Hopefully that'll work, but that'll be another one. So here is the simple process. First thing, locate some stinging nettle. I've got some right here. I can find it all over the place in a lot of areas, from St. Louis to Wisconsin to, you know, all over the place. I can even, when I'm driving on the road, you know, 70 miles an hour, I'm like, hey, there's some stinging nettle, because it's very easily recognizable once you know what you're looking for. What I'm going to do is take a stem and pinch it off. Again, like I said, I'm going to use the fibers in here for a cordage thing. So all I'm going to do is grab it and just strip the leaves off. As I start pulling, the leaves come off like that. I'm just going to put those in a bucket, 5-gallon bucket. I've got a lid elsewhere. Start dropping my leaves in there, and that's going to be pretty much step one. Okay, I'm going to save these for in a little bit, and we'll go from there. And again, for anyone else doing this, feel free to wear gloves to prevent yourself from the stings. So the next step in our stinging nettle fertilizer process is really easy. I just took whatever I got for the stinging nettles, put them in a bucket, bring me the hose monster truck, and then all we do, take a hose and we just fill it up with some water. So what we're going to do is kind of allow this to, you know, you can call it what you want, decompose, ferment, rot, steep, whatever you want to call it. But you put the stinging nettle in the water and you pretty much just let it sit out here outside. Ours will be in 100-degree heat out in the hot sun with the cover on it for the next maybe week to 2 weeks. And at that point, we can strain it. We can take the stinging nettle leaves and stems and whatever might be in there still it's solid, and we can add that to the compost. And then we can take the rest of it and use it as fertilizer. So if I've got a 5-gallon bucket full of this fertilizer, I'm going to want to take it and dilute it about 10 to 1. So I'm actually making, well, 11 5-gallon buckets, or 55 gallons of fertilizer right here. So that's pretty cool. Fill it up just about to the top. I might weight these down with the, there you go boy, weight these down with a rock quick, and then I'll put the cover on, and then we'll wait, checking on it periodically. So let me go find a rock. Oh, thankfully I have lots of rocks available. I like to keep useful things handy, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, put that there. Let that sink down. Yeah, pinned them mostly down, and I'll put my lid on. So I'll be back in a week or two, and we'll see how it does. All right, till then. All right, guys. So at this point, it's been about a week and a half that I've had my stinging nettle just steeping in this bucket. I've got 10 clear buckets that are empty right now, and then a strainer too. So when we open this up, I'll get a second opinion. How's that smell? Horrible. Okay, so it's ready. I'll give you guys a close-up quick. Then I'll strain this out and I'll split it up because this is potent enough that you're going to want to mix it again at a 10-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to split it up between 11 buckets and then fill the rest with water before applying it to my plants. But I'm excited, this looks great, and then remember the rest of it can go to the compost and be used to make soil too. So guys, here it is. You're probably actually going to be glad that you can't smell it. And then as well, I put a rock in there. So I gotta, get that rock out of there. And as you can see, I mean, even the liquid is a super rich green color right now, which is nice. So we'll get that strained out and we'll start watering the plants. And again, just a simple, you can do it at home, organic, raw, natural plant fertilizer, and it's plant-based too. So now that I got that rock out of the way, I'm just going to strain it all into one bucket so I'm able to catch everything that's going to the compost, and then from there I'll split it up into my 11 different buckets and mix it with water. 10-to-1. Really? 10-to-1? I'm sure I know what some of you guys are thinking. You're thinking, how in the world can you get that much from just one? Look at this filling up. I mean, do you see any that seem like they're lacking in color or potency? So for the most part too, all that's going to be left is these stems. There's not a lot of the leaves. Most of that's kind of turned into a slimy gunk, and I'm excited. I mean, this stuff it's looking good. I can't wait to use it on my plants. The more fertilizer and the more natural, minerals, vitamins, nutrients, stuff that I can put into their soil, the better they're going to be, the healthier they are. The better our food is, the healthier we are. And it's just an exciting process that repeats itself as we continue to build the soil, grow our own food, harvest our own seeds, and repeat the process from there. So that's just the bottoms of them all full. I'll mix them with the water now, and I mean, think about that. That is a lot of fertilizer from very little. To me, that's incredible. I mean, look at that. So I'm taking my one 5-gallon bucket, turning it into 11 5-gallon buckets worth of fertilizer, and I mean, there you go, guys. I'll see you guys later. Check this out, try it yourself, see what you think. It's a great use for stinging nettle. Besides eating it raw and using it as a food, besides making cordage out of it, you can use it to make a wonderful fertilizer, and I love the plant. One of my favorite, even though it can really hurt you sometimes. Alright, pop out.
As always, I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.